So it's April 3rd, and I just found out that this readathon is happening, and I was like, I'm doing 2 other readathons this month. Why not add a third? No problem. Hey guys, it's Sarah. Yeah, I'm totally jumping in on the 3rd readathon this month, and I didn't mean to, but I have to, because this readathon is so incredibly unique and creative, and I love the premise of it. I saw it happening last year, but I was way too late to try to jump in on anything. And the reason is because this readathon is Harry Potter inspired. Yes, my Ravenclaw mug, my Hogwarts shirt, I'm all over it today. And this one all centers around the testing that you have to take at Hogwarts in order to pick a career path and go on to do that and graduate. And it's so incredibly interesting. And I saw it happening last year and I was like, oh man, but I was way too late to try to jump in on anything. And I was like, this year I'm going to do it because it's in different phases. So that's what makes it unique. So basically, this is the first round of it. So for the month of April, it goes over the entire month. And you have a list of classes from Hogwarts that have different prompts that go along with the classes. There's 12 different ones. Now, you can read books based on those prompts, and when you read the book, you've passed that class. Now, there are career paths that go along with this as well. There's a whole booklet that she's created, which is, I don't want to know how much time it took her to create these. They're so incredibly creative. I love them so much. I'm going to go print one off here later today. But each career path has different classes that you are required to pass in order to go down that career path. One of them is a librarian, which is probably what I'm going to try to go for. But you know, it'll have, for example, there's a page for librarian and it will have the description of the career and then classes you need to pass. And there's O.W.L.S classes, which is what this round is. And then there's Newt classes as well. And the Newts is going to be later on in the year. I think she said it's going to be in August. It's going to be the Newts round. So if I pass all my classes right now that I need to in order to become a librarian, then I'm going to focus on the Newts, things that I need to pass in order to be a librarian. It's so cool. I could even go on a completely different career path. You never know. It depends on what I end up reading and which prompts I end up completing. So we'll see how it goes. But basically for this round, we're going to focus on the O.W.L.S. So it's just the classes and the prompts, and you cross off as many as you possibly can, maybe focusing on the ones if you have a certain career path in mind, focusing on that. And there's so many. It's so cool, you guys. I can't even talk about it. And then throughout the year, last year there was a couple extra ones. There was like an extra credit readathon where you could make up a class if you didn't pass it the first time, or you know, you're like, oh, I want to do this career path, so I need to read like one more book in order to do that. I just couldn't get to it before. And so you can do it at that time. And then I think last year there was like a Christmas themed one too, but we'll see how that goes. So for this one, the O.W.L.S, I have printed off the classes. There's 12 of them. So I will read them off to you, and then I will let you know what's already on my TBR that will fit these prompts. I don't have books for all of them. I just don't. But I do have books for all the ones that I would need to be a librarian. So those are going to obviously be my main focuses, but there's a couple on here that I could also cross off as well. So if I want to go a different way later, you never know. And so I will read off the prompts, and then if I have a book that's already on my TBR, I will show you what they are, but I'll still let you know what the prompt is regardless. Okay, so the first one is Ancient Runes, and that is to read a retelling. Now, I think The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller is on my TBR this month. I think that counts as a retelling. This is a reimagining of Achilles from mythology or Roman. I don't know if it's Roman mythology. Is it mythology or I don't know. I don't even know. But I'm pretty sure like it's based on something that's kind of retold. So I think that counts. The next one is Arithmancy, and this is a work written by more than one author. Now this one I had to add something because I don't have anything on my TBR this month that is written by more than one author. So I added one, but it's one that I can read on audio, I can listen to, and I've heard it's good. And that is An Anonymous Girl by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Buchanan. So I'm going to try to listen to that one. But since it's an audiobook, I think I can sneak it in pretty easily. And I really liked their first work together, The Wife Between Us. So I'm really excited to read this one. Okay, Astronomy, a book that has star in the title. And I don't have a book like that this month. So I don't think I'm going to be able to get to that one, but it's there. Okay, Care of Magical Creatures. And that is to read a book with a land animal on the cover. And I have already done that. I have read The One and Only Ivan. This has a gorilla and an elephant, both land animals, on the cover. So I've already passed a class, guys. I didn't even know. Okay, Charms is through Age Line, read an adult work. I have some. I have a few books that are adult works, but the one I kind of picked to fulfill this one is The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. So this is definitely on my TBR for the month of April. And I've heard this is good on audio too. So maybe I'll pick up the audio. Maybe, we'll see. But yeah, so this will be my adult work one. Okay, Defense Against the Dark Arts is Reducto, title that starts with an R. And I have Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier on my TBR this month. So that's perfect, starts with an R, and that fulfills that prompt. Okay, Divination, a book that's set in the future. I don't have any books on my TBR this month that are set in the future, unless one is and I just don't know about it, but I don't think so. Just kind of scanning everything I'm reading. So we'll see. We'll see. If something surprises me, that would be great. But if not, this may be one that I don't do. Okay, next one is Herbology, a book with a plant on the cover. Hatchet by Gary Paulson. By the time this video goes up, I should have already read this. I'm planning on reading it tomorrow. But I plan to listen to the audiobook of this one. It's very, very short. I can definitely listen to this in one day easy. And so I've probably already read this by the time this video goes up, but definitely lots of plants on the cover there. Next one is History of Magic. Read a book published at least 10 years ago. And I'm going to go with Dark Places by Gillian Flynn. This was published in 2019, so exactly 10 years ago. And yeah, so this is on my list to read this month as well. Okay, the next one is Muggle Studies. Read a contemporary. I don't really have a contemporary on here. Nothing that's separate from what I'm already reading, because I think like probably Dark Places and The Silent Patient could be considered contemporaries because it's real people. There's no magic. They're like situations that could actually happen type thing, but I'm going to try not to double up on any of these. So yeah, that one I don't think I'm going to be able to get to unless I sneak something in. We'll see. Okay, the next one is Potions, and this is Next Ingredient, read a sequel. And this month on my TBR, I do have a Wondersmith, The Calling of Morrigan Crow, and this is by Jessica Townsend. This is book number 2 in the Nevermore series. So I am planning to read this in the month of April. And then the last one is Transfiguration, read a book with sprayed edges or a red cover. And this one I have already done. I read Vicious by B.E. Schwab, and I'm including the new covers. They just came out again. The original covers didn't have red on them. It was orange, but the new covers, since Vengeful came out, they re-released Vicious as well, and that is a completely red cover. So I'm going to say this one counts. I read it on my Kindle anyway, so I didn't read a physical copy, but I'm going to say Vicious counts for this one. Okay, guys, so that's it for this readathon. I'm going to just see how many I can cross off. I'm going to highlight them as I read them, and then I'm going to print off the career booklet as well and kind of go through, and I'm going to keep up with all that and see where it takes me. I'm really going to try for librarian. If I can't do that for whatever reason, it's fine. I'll do something else, but I mean, it's just for fun, obviously. But I just love the concept of this readathon, and the work that went into it, I applaud her so much, because hosting my own readathon right now is like, you know, taking some work. It's taking thought and effort and, you know, making sure I'm doing what I'm saying I'm going to do and reading what I'm saying I'm going to read. And then just to do all this extra stuff, I can't even imagine. But I love that it goes throughout the year and there's different phases of it. I love that. So I'm excited to jump in this year. And I think it's going to be a very good time. So, all right. Readathon number 3 for the month of April. Why not? Okay, guys, that is it for me. Again, I will leave a link to Book Roast, the host, down below, so you guys can go and check her out. I'll leave her announcement video down below. That's where she has all the links for all of this stuff. You can get the PDFs for it. She explains probably in much better detail the whole premise of the thing than I probably did. And yeah, let me know if you guys are going to join in. Let me know if you're doing it. I've seen a lot of TBRs going up for it lately, which is how I realized that he was even happening. And I don't know why I missed it, because I subscribed to her. So I don't know what happened. But yeah. All right. And let me know if you guys are going to participate. Let me know if you have done like the Pottermore house test. What house are you in? I'm a Ravenclaw. So let me know down below. I'd be interested to see what house you guys are in, because I think a lot of people have done that already. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Wish me luck. Have a great day. Bye.